Tariff announcements impact on tech, confusion, and uncertainty. Mozilla goes big trying to turn around the decline in Thunderbird email users, and OpenAI offers free education on AI in their OpenAI Academy. Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. U.S. President Trump announced his much-anticipated round of tariffs late in the day yesterday, presumably to avoid any fallout in the stock market. But without really directly mentioning tech and offering a 10% general tariff and some specific tariffs that should have an impact on technology, there was very little specific mention of technology, at least from what we could see. Matter of fact, on his fact sheet, the sole mention, according to an online journal, The Register, they found this piece, was a mention of India's tariffs on imported U.S. routers and switches. And that was just an example of how the U.S. doesn't charge tariffs, but India does. Presumably, the general 10% tariff will apply to a range of technical products and some of the nations that manufacture hardware, but many of them are hit harder than 10%. Thailand and Malaysia got 36% tariffs, China got 34%, Taiwan got 32%, and according to one report, goods from Taiwan and South Korea are going to cost about 25% more after tariffs. Indian imports will have a 26% tariff, and particularly hard hit was Vietnam, a country that's trying to define itself as a new technological power, both in services and manufacturing, and it faces a 46% tariff. European goods will be facing at least a 20% tariff, and even Israel, with its tech industry, got hit with a 17% tariff. But it's going to take some time to figure out the precise impacts of these tariffs, especially in an integrated global supply chain. In some cases, there's also how much could be absorbed in high-margin products. Can Apple really charge more for an iPhone? iPhones are now made in China and India, but components are sourced in a number of countries. There have been some statements about semiconductors being exempt and taking a lesser tariff, but we still haven't found the details on that. In short, it's a confusing mess. We'll try to follow this as it emerges, but I think we can say this is not great for tech or users of tech products. And the stock market seems to agree. As we noted, the announcements were made late in the day, so they didn't cause a major crash in the market. But in after-hours trading, a lot of tech stocks were hit, ranging between 5 and 10%, at least when we were going to air. We'll see the true impact tomorrow. Mozilla is launching a new email hosting service called Thundermail, part of a broader plan to transform Thunderbird into a full communication platform. Thunderbird, once a really dominant email program, has now had its monthly active installs decline from 17.7 million in 2020 to 16.2 million in 2025. The app is clearly losing ground to integrated services like Gmail and Microsoft 365. Microsoft has hundreds of millions of subscribers, and Gmail has over 2 billion. It's a fact that Ryan Sipes, Thunderbird's managing director, admitted. Thunderbird loses users every day to rich ecosystems that are both clients and services, he said. Mozilla's not going to give up. They're launching a new platform called Thunderbird Pro. It includes several integrated tools designed to match what users expect from modern productivity suites. There's Thundermail, a new email hosting service offering custom addresses like @thundermail.com, and it's built on the open-source Stalwart stack. There's Thunderbird Appointment, a scheduling tool for shared meeting links, similar to Calendly. There's Thunderbird Send, a secure file sharing service, reviving Mozilla's earlier Firefox Send project. And there's Thunderbird Assist, an AI-powered writing assistant created in partnership with Flower AI and designed to run locally for enhanced privacy. Mozilla hasn't confirmed pricing yet, but they say the services will include both free and paid tiers. Features that require storage, like Send, will likely require subscriptions. Contributors to Thunderbird may receive early access or complimentary use. Clearly, this is a survival strategy rather than hoping to directly go head-to-head with Microsoft Outlook with its 400 million users and Gmail with its over 2 billion users, as we said. But Mozilla's making a bet that there's a strong niche for privacy-respecting, open-source alternatives to the tech giants. appealing to users who want more control over their tools and their data without giving up modern features. Given the struggles that the tech giants face with Europe and the general antipathy towards the US and, by extension, US tech giants, and the desire to ensure privacy in communications, it will be interesting to see if Mozilla can turn its shrinking user base and get it on a growth path. OpenAI is expanding its academy to help more people understand and use artificial intelligence. The program, once limited to invited partners, is now open to the public and free to use. The new version of OpenAI Academy offers videos, guides, and case studies to help people learn how to use AI safely and effectively. It's designed for a wide range of users, from students and teachers to small business owners, not-for-profits, and even large companies. Pedro Santos Acosta from Miami-Dade College, one of OpenAI's partners, said, "We're making sure that AI education is accessible to everyone. The online hub includes content created with groups like Common Sense Media, and it covers everything from basic AI skills to practical examples for work and school. And there are also in-person workshops and events planned in partnership with schools like Georgia Tech and organizations such as Goodwill and Career Village." Edward Latta, CEO of Goodwill Keystone, another partner, said, "We believe AI literacy is the next evolution of workforce development." OpenAI said it plans to keep adding to the Academy with online community features, translated materials, and new global partners. The goal is to make sure that anyone, anywhere can learn how to use AI tools in ways that are safe, useful, and empowering. We visited the site, which is free and has something for everyone, as we said, from kindergarten to older adults and everybody in between. We'll try to take a deeper look before our weekend show on AI, but if anybody does check it out, we'll be glad to know what you think. You can reach me, of course, at editorial@technewsday.ca, or you can find me on LinkedIn, or if you're watching this on YouTube, just put a comment under the video. That's our show for today. I confess, with the ice storm that's been up here and many days without power, I was lying under a generator most of the day trying to figure out, do I really know anything about physical technology? But we made it to the air. I'm glad we did. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a thrilling Thursday.